M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479-9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J Video Games and Collectibles.
Hi, it's John from Under the Table Hot Sauce. I'm here with my friend, the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow.
Yeah, what's up, JB?
Nah, nothing.
It's been a hot summer, and for all your barbecue needs, you can go to underthetablehotsauce.com. 13 unique flavors to choose from, created and bottled in a Long Island kitchen. Underthetablehotsauce.com. Let's go chow, JB.
Let's do it.
All the flavor, twice the burn.
Now we get to the darker side of things. I don't have to go in too much, right? We all understand Vince McMahon is now being sued by a former employee, Janel Grant, for breaking a $3 million NDA agreement. Since then, she's come out with a lot of accusations. A lot of texts have been made public. And Grant now is claiming that she's suffering from PTSD. Someone that's been in the industry, when you hear this, does it shock you? What's your opinion on the whole situation?
Oh my gosh, I wish I was a little more educated on this, because I've tried to read up on it, and it's really kind of gross, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, my question is that if she was abused and all this was happening to her, why didn't she get up and leave and start filing charges then? Instead, she just kept on accepting gifts and going along with it until Ben stopped paying her. For me, as a female, I hope that if she didn't want to be there, I wish that she had had the strength to get up and leave. But then after everything happened, why did she keep accepting gifts? I mean, I really want to see like the testimony and all this and see more rather than just her side. It just is, it's complicated to me. And then I kind of look at like the girls in the business. It's really bad for them, because who's not going to look at WWE talent and go, what did you have to do to get that position? It's really made it a really dark cloud over the girls that are working with WWE, because it makes people that aren't knowledgeable of the business and knowing what the girls actually do have to go through with the bumps and the training and the dieting and the travel and gear and just everything that girls have to go through to even get onto a spot. Now they've got this huge dark cloud over them, over people thinking that they have to do that to get the spot, or that they did that to get the spot. It's just bad all the way around.
You know, we have a show on the network. It's called Dan and Benny in the Ring, and their take was that Vince McMahon had mind control over this said woman who's making these claims. Do you think it's a possibility that a woman could be in her, late 30s, early 40s, mind controlled to have all this stuff done to her, which she's accusing them of doing, with no
yeah?
kind
What
of
do you
recourse?
think? What do you think, baby doll? Vince McMahon?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. And it's, I mean, if it happened once and then she like called the cops or quit her job or whatever, but she kept going to work and she kept accepting gifts. And that just seems really
flights.
weird to me.
Yeah, taking flights to other states to do stuff. Yeah, I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going to go out of state to do a job for Vince. He's making me do it. Oh, this is terrible. I'll have the peanuts, please.
Let me ask you this. When someone takes money, does that instantly discredit everything that they can claim at that point?
Doesn't help.
Yeah, it does. It makes you a whore.
Thank you. That's why I love you. I want to end the show right now.
Baby doll, I want to thank you for for joining Monty and the Pharaoh? And no, but that, yeah. But you know what's funny,
Okay.
Baby Doll? You mentioned it earlier. You want to
Here's
see?
what I'm saying. I have been put
Shoot.
in positions that I didn't want to be put in. You know, where it was awkward and strange, and oh my gosh, I'm weaving all over. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Were awkward and strange, and I didn't feel it was right, and I didn't want to go through with it. So I basically picked up my shoes and left, and they never saw me again. I never went back and say, hey, I thought we had because it's like with Bill Cosby giving the pills and the drinks to the ladies, and then the ladies are going, I can't believe he took advantage of me. You took pills and you drank alcohol. What did you think he was going to do? Make you breakfast in the morning? You know, it's just women have to be smart, and I think that they get themselves in positions that they don't know how to get out of. But you've got to just get up and leave if you're not happy. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. I don't want to put you on the spot and ask you if was there anything in particular that you can share. I mean that made you go screw this.
You would,
I mean, if you don't want to give names,
you wouldn't know who they were. So it was business related, but it wasn't anyone famous or
right.
It was more personal, you know, with my situation. So.
But the
women have got to be strong enough, and hopefully I made my daughter strong enough that you know, if you're in a bad position, get up and leave. You know, you don't have to take it, but if you stay there and you let them shit on your head and then you take gifts the next day, that's on you.
So let me ask you this. Obviously, we spoke about this previously. You know, you were married to, you know, one of the Smith family's, you know, sons.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's public knowledge that you were kind of aware what Grizzly was doing behind the scenes. How were you able to handle that, knowing that was going on?
Well, here's the deal. I had heard rumors. I had seen kind of weird stuff. But I never saw anything that I could go, that was it, because he covered it up so well. You know, it was, you know, if we picked up like the girl or the girl was traveling with us, you kind of looked for that look of like, hey, can I help you or whatever. I didn't see anything like that. Even Dark Journey, who traveled with us, said the same thing. So it was just so well covered that even now I couldn't say specifically something that had happened. And even like with Robin, I was right there with Robin and had no clue until after she had done the podcast. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this happened.
But you're able to recognize the difference, right? Where Robin was groomed as a child, where this is a 40-year-old woman openly going into a relationship with a billionaire. I mean, let's be honest. If Vince McMahon made my money...
There's a big difference between a young girl and a 40-year-old. Yes,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Baby Doll, how much stock do you put into the fact that Jake Roberts had the, for lack of a better way of putting it, taking a shit on Vince McMahon this week? Is Jake Roberts really have any credibility when he opens up his mouth?
I don't see why not. I didn't hear what Jake had said.
He basically said that it was the most disgusting thing he's ever heard or heard a person doing to another person.
That's saying a lot for Jake, but then, I mean, it is disgusting, but she let it happen. I mean, from what I read, I mean, she stayed there while Vince took a shower and didn't leave until after he came back out. Why didn't you just get up and go? You know? Guys are going to do to girls whatever they're allowed to. You know, they're going to go as far as they want. It's and especially in wrestling,
why is it so different in the wrestling world, Baby Doll? And maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just making a stupid statement.
No, it's not, because I've worked several different for businesses and companies, and it's everywhere. It really, I think with wrestling, it's just more magnified because of the characters and the money. But I guarantee you, it's happening in football. It's happening in pro basketball. It's happening in schools. Look at, even like with schools. It's just, it happens. It does. It's just with wrestling, it's just, oh my gosh, we're just more out in the public about it.
How are you able to, or have you even had the conversation with your daughter now that she's getting involved in the business? And I'm sure that this has been like a blur for you the last 2 years, watching her evolve into where she's at right now. Were you able to even sit down with her and talk to her about this? I mean, how do you have that conversation with your daughter, considering she's now in the business?
Well, we had that because I was just in Florida. We had that, and it was kind of an agreement about how bad it was for the girls that are on rosters for TNA and AEW and WWE, that now everybody thinks that how they got their spot was what did they have to do that.